Welcome to this week's Childcare Resources Tidbit. This week we're talking about emergency preparedness. CPR certification. Anyone who could potentially be in ratio is required to have a current pediatric and adult first aid and CPR certificate. An early learning provider must keep a complete first aid kit in the licensed space on any off-site trip and in a vehicle used to transport children in care. Link to view the WAC on the first aid and CPR certification and supplies. First aid supplies. A first aid kit must include disposable non-porous protective non-latex gloves, adhesive bandages of various sizes, small scissors, tweezers, an elastic wrapping bandage, sterile gauze pads, ice packs, a disposable or mercury-free thermometer that uses disposable sleeves or is cleaned and sanitized after each use, a sling or large triangular bandage, adhesive tape, a CPR barrier with one-way valve or both an adult and pediatric CPR mask with a one-way valve, a current first aid manual, hand sanitizer for adult use only. Medication management. A provider must not give medication if they haven't completed orientation about the program's medication policies, DCYF standardized training course on medication administration. Medication management training can be found on the DCYF training site. If applicable, a training from the child's parent or guardian. Medication administration. A provider cannot give medication to any child without written or signed consent from the child's parent or guardian. The provider must administer medication according to the directions on the medication label and using appropriate cleaned and sanitized medication measuring devices. Prescription, non-prescription. Prescription medication must only be given to the child named on the prescription. Non-prescription medication must be brought to the program by a parent or guardian and must be in the original packaging. Non-prescription medication needs to be labeled with the child's first and last name and accompanied with medication authorization form that has the expiration date, medical need, dosage amount, age, and length of time to give the medication. Link to view the WAC on the medication management, the medication form, the medication log. Fire safety. A provider must comply with the state building code and must arrange for fire safety inspection annually. A provider must have and maintain at least one smoke detector per licensed sleeping area and one per floor. At least one carbon monoxide detector, at least one working fire extinguisher. At least once a month, a provider must inspect the premises to identify possible fire hazards and eliminate any hazards found. Programs must comply with fire safety requirements listed in the links on the next slide. Emergency drills. An early learning provider must practice and record emergency drills with staff and children as follows. Fire and evacuation drill once each month. Earthquake lockdown and shelter-in-place drill at least every 3 months. Emergency drills must be conducted with a variety of staff and at different times of the day, including the evening and during overnight hours for the early learning programs that care for children during those hours. Link to view the WAC on the Emergency Preparedness Plan. Link to view the WAC on fire safety and fire safety emergency drill form below. Thanks for watching. Check the video description for the link to the printable version of this tidbit. There are clickable links to resources mentioned. Thank you very much.